What's going on, everybody? We're here at Retro World Expo 2025 for day 2. It is Sunday, and today I'm gonna relax for it. I'm gonna go game hunting for myself, and I want you guys to come along. Every year they have this TV display. Look at this. All these TVs. I would love this setup in my game room. This is so cool. What is your favorite game on here? This is a tough one. There's a lot of them. We got Super Mario Brothers. I can see Sonic down here. But I gotta say, out of all these, only because I don't see it much, my all-time favorite is gonna be Roller Coaster Tycoon. Look at that. Did you guys play Roller Coaster Tycoon? Love this game. This games from Super Rare Games. Yes, I'm not the only one collecting games from Super Rare. I love Super Rare. I'm gonna do it. I'm just saying. Has anyone ever wanted to go and just flip this around real quick? I always wanted to do that. I'm not doing it. It's not my case, but I always wanted to do it. Outrun 2006. Oh my God. Did I ever pick this up? No. Oh, great game. Great game. $80 PlayStation 2 game for a driving game. Can you guys believe it? You know, on Friday I was looking for 3DO games. I was having the hardest time finding them. And this vendor, he was apparently here. And look at this. Wing Commander. Battle Chess. I have this one already. Need for Speed. I was not a big fan of this game. I was excited to get it, and it wasn't that fun. PGA Golf Tour 96. Was that what year? Wow, it feels like forever ago. I guess that was forever ago. It's almost 30 years ago. Madden, even around back then. You know what I wouldn't mind picking up is some Sega Master System games today. And we got a bunch of them here. You know, once your collection gets big, it gets tougher to find these. I did buy a game the other day from this particular vendor, and he had some PAL games. You know, one of the ones I'm looking for is Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's a Genesis game. I'm looking for Castle Illusion for the Master System, and I'm looking for Sonic the Hedgehog, the PAL version. The PAL version is basically the European version of the game, and because they're region free, they work from different regions because the US version is much more expensive than the European version. The other thing I'm going to try to pay attention to today is manuals. I want to complete some of my games, and I would like to get some manuals for some of the games, for like my Sega Genesis games, my GameCube games. I got a whole list of stuff that I need, so there are definitely a lot of vendors here selling loose manuals. It's definitely a possibility. Cases to play games. We got Marvel Nemesis from GameCube. I have the game but no case. And Tony Hawk's Underground, I have the game and no case. This one has the manual on it too, so that's helpful. Rock Band, we've got the game, which I have the case at home. And we got Final Fantasy X, which I have the case at home. So we're going to try to complete these if we can work a deal with the vendor. And a deal, two loose discs, 2 empty game cases, $15. I will complete 4 games. One of the Sega Master Systems I'm looking for is Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion. Unfortunately, we don't have it here. It is one of the harder games to find, but this is one of the larger selections of Master System games. Funny, I said this to the other vendor, I don't know if I showed it, but I was looking for this game forever. I've had it now for a couple years, but I have such fond memories of playing Die Hard at the Sony store, believe it or not, in New York City. It's long gone, it's been gone a long time. But if you haven't played this, pick it up. It's a really super fun game where you get to play as John McClane. Spotted a couple more Master System games over here. Oh, never seen that one. $130 game. Oh my God. Afterburner, great game. Missile Defense. Miracle Warrior. Outrun, another great game. Rambo. A game that I don't have for the Master System, and very expensive one. I'm not going to be able to afford to buy this. And it's also not a very good game. Alf. Did you guys watch Alf back in the day? This is a very creepy, weird game. I'm hoping that one day just to come across it. If it wasn't $200, I'd probably buy it. But it's probably a game that it wouldn't be enjoyed. Got some more Master System games over here. I found 2 I don't have. Shooting Gallery. And I think my friend Tim picked this one up the other day. The Ninja. I don't know, $25 and $10. $10 for Shooting Gallery. I think I might grab that one if it's complete. Shooting Gallery had a very nice case and manual, but the game was rough. so we're gonna pass on it. A couple TurboGrafx games. I'm looking for this tennis game. It's Bloody Wolf. You know, I thought I was looking for Victory Run, and I went through my collection. Actually had it. China Warrior. Gosh, it is getting harder as my collection has grown. It has become more and more difficult to find the games that I'm looking for, but at these conventions you can definitely find them. You just have to look really hard and be willing to spend the cash. We are with John. John is one of the vendors, and John, we were playing on CJ's Gaming Channel. We were playing bingo earlier today, and we were looking for a Pokemon game, and you had a Pokemon game, right?
Yep.
And I asked you to do something with it. What'd you do for me?
Turn it upside down.
All right, I found the Pokemon Gold or Silver game. It's right there. Can you wrap that out real quick so I can show it? Oh my god, oh my god. All right. Do me a favor. Can you do me a favor? Will you would you put this upside down in the case so no one can see it?
Upside down in the case?
Yes. I told him to turn it upside down. Now, we only had a half an hour to play bingo, and what happened after I found it?
Somebody stopped by about 10 minutes later and asked to flip it back around. Said they sent you. It was probably you.
They knew it was me. Out of all the games at this entire convention, the chances of finding one Game Boy game within 30 minutes that I asked the vendor to flip over to have a little bit of advantage, and she somehow caught me.
Yep.
Unbelievable. It's crazy. So, in my first video, I was looking for Xbox 360. I was looking for the Dreamcast collection, and you had the Dreamcast collection?
I did.
And what happened?
Someone pulled it today right before we could grab it.
Oh my god. I could have had the game I needed. It was one of the games I won. Thank you for the soda, by the way.
Oh, welcome.
Watch
your thirst.
Watch the bingo video. All right, what are we doing? We're
Buying you a soda, right?
buying me. You're gonna buy me a soda?
Yeah.
You are so generous. Oh yeah. It says Ben. Okay, there it goes.
Not used to these machines.
Thanks, Ben. That's good. Thank you so much. Complete some games, and the vendor just helped me complete some games. So I didn't need the manuals for a lot of these, but funny enough, this is on my list to complete. So I now put that in my completion pile. There's also some ones that I didn't need in here, but you know what? I don't have a good list of everything. So Love Destruction Derby. You never know, the manual might not be in the box. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hooking me up with these manuals. For $5 and there's more of them. There's a huge stack. Found a bunch of loose games here, and buddy Ed's got a whole bunch of folders over here, and he's got one that's incredibly heavy, full of PlayStation 4, 3, 2, and 1 games, and trying to complete some games. And right away we got this one, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I actually need that to complete one, and funny enough, I need the greatest hits version, so this is it. So we got that one there, and I'm gonna keep looking through his book. I'll see if I can find anything else. He's got a nice folder full of games. I'm really more into the PlayStation 1 games than the PS2, which we will get to those eventually in this book. I went through every one of these books, and just so you guys realize, there's a PSP, a Game Boy. I skipped the Game Boy. Not doing any Xbox stuff today. I went through the Wii U, GameCube case, PlayStation 1 through 4 case, which I'm not doing any 3 or 4s today. And out of all those, I went through pages and pages. I found one game, the only one I showed you guys, which is Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Unbelievable. It's crazy how hard it is to complete a game. And I literally just spent probably 40 minutes over here trying to do this. Blows my mind.
I had to get in here real quick.
To go through all those binders of games and only find one game, that is mind-blowing to me. I'm going to a panel in about 15 minutes. I only got 15 more minutes to search for some loose games. And one of my friends invited me to be on his panel, so it's gonna be fun. I gotta sprint. I gotta go upstairs to a panel. I'm supposed to be there in 2 minutes. All right, here we go. We're going to panel room B. Right here is where we're going. Anybody in here? There's people in here. Oh, these guys. Some good looking guys, great Narcat, CJ, Marcus. What's up, everybody? I'm the Germ. Everybody knows me as the Germ. Also, Pink Flamingo Games, big collector. Pretty much do everything that everybody else does, just collects everything that we don't need.
Yep. It's definitely a rising problem, rising issue in the landscape, and I feel like it's getting worse and worse. And when I originally thought about this topic, my head was swirling because I was just like, I've currently been going for a complete PS5 collection. Let me start there, and worldwide. So I keep up with every release that's coming out. Like every month, I got to pre-order, I got to get it, you know.
So I got a question for all of you, and we'll extend it out to the audience as well. I think Sean kind of answered his question, but do you? I guess what I'm thinking about is it, if you're doing a complete set, does it drive you to do that, like you said, multiple special editions, or is it a particular game? Like I'll start it off. So it may be certain games that I know, or accessories that I know is going to be tough to get later. That's the only time. It's not just every little thing.
Yeah.
Like for instance, when everybody's familiar with Iron Meat.
Mm-hmm.
So when that came out, it was popular, and then all of a sudden, like within a couple weeks, it was $100. So right there is like, do I want to spend $100 on it? And I almost did last year at tour, and I didn't. I said I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait because they did like what was it called, the Steelbook edition?
Steelbook, yeah, they reprinted it because it sold so darn well.
Yeah, so I was waiting on the website. I never got the alerts. I was kind of pissed about that. I went on Play Asia. They were still doing it. I put in, and then they couldn't accommodate the pre-order, so I got my money back.
Same happened here.
But funny enough, this is where being patient, I guess you got to choose how bad you want whatever the game accessory. I waited. I went to Super Mag Fest in DC this year, and funny enough, out of all the booths there, Angry Video Game Nerd had a booth, and he had Iron Meat for $40. So yeah, I pretty much saved $70.
Who is that? Retroware, I think.
Yeah.
Is that Silverman's company?
Yes.
Yeah, something like probably so. But he had him there at retail price, which was great. So
Yeah, but you can look at the other side of the coin on that. You missed out on the pre-order.
what do you think, CJ? So let me ask you, what have you experienced FOMO with as far as you?
I'm actually happy you asked that question because I've had recently in the past few years 2 items that I had FOMO for. One most recently, this past June, was for the Switch 2 promo Best Buy coin.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I'm obsessed with coins, promo, limited items. I love those things. And I didn't get a Switch 2 yet because I'm holding out for a limited edition one. Something Animal Crossing, Mario, or Pokemon related. That's what I'm waiting for. And once I saw this coin, I was like, I have to have that. Spent the $60 on a coin that you got for free, essentially, but that was that hurt a little bit, but I was like, I really want it.
At Best Buy, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I got the coin, didn't even realize I had it. She called me, I'm trying to get this coin. And I was like, I totally got this coin. Didn't even think about it. I didn't even realize that.
There was one more item that I had some FOMO for. Our buddy Tim in the audience, he would know this. The Analog Pocket, they released the glow-in-the-dark edition. So I hadn't known anything about analog until I learned from Tim, and I love handheld devices, so I could play my Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance on a better screen than a Game Boy Color screen. So once I heard about this, I really wanted it, tried to get the release. It was sold out in 10 seconds. It was crazy.
Because
Bots everywhere.
Their whole business is based on FOMO.
I bought it on eBay for $400.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it retailed for $250.
And that's the norm.
But
That's
I
the norm
really
that we
wanted
get
it, and
now.
I love it. So
Yeah.
I don't regret it.
I'm
but
happy you got it.
Paying almost double or over double is actually just crazy.
Yeah.
Germ,
Almost
there.
Oh, this is a big problem for me. I have a massive collection that really has not been shown off yet. Most of it is sitting in cardboard boxes in my basement, and enough where I can't even have my friends over to see my collection, which is kind of embarrassing. One of the things I collect from some of those premium game companies like Limited Run, Super Rare, Premium Edition games. And there was a time where, no joke, monthly I would probably spend anywhere from $400 to $800 a month just for limited run games.
Right.
And yeah, it was a crazy habit that I finally got out of, and it was the hardest thing for me to stop doing. Another one is Super Rare Games. If anyone's ever heard of Super Rare, they're out of Europe. I really like the company a lot. They do a lot of indie games, and
They actually deliver.
yep, and it's crazy. So what they do is every other Thursday they release a new game, and they release it in limited numbers. So it's maybe 3,000 or 4,000 copies. That's it. So on Thursday they have them in stock. At that point,
Yep.
you can one of two things happens. Either they sell out instantly, and if you're busy, that's my day off by coincidence. If you're busy, you forget about it. You could run to that where they sell out the games. Luckily enough, if you email them, they'll put you on a waiting list, and I've had that happen twice to me, and they've taken care of me because they always have backup copies in case of shipping mistakes. But I've had some close calls with that, and it's scary. The other thing I got into that no one has seen this collection yet, I have every single Nintendo Switch box variant. So I have probably close to 40 to 50 Nintendo Switch consoles, all brand new in the box. And you want to talk about fear of missing out?
Yeah, once you go down that road.
Yeah, when you're hunting down these things and you're looking for one, I'll mention one probably no one knows, Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
It was a Walmart exclusive, and I'm not even a Pokemon fan. I could name like 3 characters. There's a Eevee one. Just to get these and to run to the Walmart or run to Target and go, hey guys, I'll be right back. I work in the middle of the woods. There's no Target or Walmart near me. The closest one's a half an hour away. So I have to literally run out and try to get these, and I feel like I'll miss out. And I remember when CJ said, are you doing this with the Switch too? No.
Yeah. So I with the PS5 stuff, I'm also getting all the accessories, the plates, every controller, all this. So I'm all up to date on the controllers except one employee controller that I'm missing.
Hang on, let me stop you real quick, Sean.
What?
I want to entertain the audience here. How many PS5 controllers do you have?
I don't know off the top of my head. Probably about 30.
That's a problem.
At least 30. But all different. But
We can go 1-to-1 on my Switch collection.
yeah, well, about a month or two ago,
I am.
about a month, I started freaking out. I'm sorry, CJ. I started freaking out because they announced a Saudi Arabian controller variant that was only available at an esports event in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, wow.
How much was that, Sean?
Luckily, James, my co-host, found somebody in Saudi Arabia to go to the event and buy 2 for us.
And how much was it again?
I paid like $200 for it. So.
For a controller that is never going to use.
No, not at all. No.
So, I want to open that question
That's
up.
crazy. You're buying things that you're not opening.
I want to open that question up.
You know what is crazy? I am known as the collector that opens everything, but I'm not opening the controller. I opened up a sealed poop slinger on
nice.
live stream and Tamashi. Okay, so.
Has anybody in the audience, if you weren't familiar with Fomo before we start talking about it, have you experienced it? I'm curious to know what's something like that for you guys. Anybody?
Yeah.
Start right there.
It's not really like game related, but I am a DVD collector.
Yep.
Nice.
And
You get it.
It's the exact same,
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a movie collector too, so I'm with you.
yeah, and I'll buy them, and he gets mad at me because he never opened them. They just sit there, and he's like, "You have all this stuff, and you keep buying more of it." and then I'll look on eBay, and I'll be like, "Oh, the movie's only $5.
Right.
And I just went and spent how much on something."
But it's the thrill of it. There's a flip side to it. I mean, we say it like it's a bad thing because it is. It can be like a mental thing, right?
Yeah.
It can affect us, but the thrill of the hunt is always.
That's a
big
CJ quote
aspect.
right there. She says it to me all the time. I was about to say it, but you got it before. It's the thrill of the hunt. There's something about finding something.
It's the dopamine that we get.
Yeah, exactly. Because you could walk into a thrift store or a video game store, or you could walk down the convention and you could go in 10 thrift stores and not find anything. And then that 11th one might be the one, or you could go downstairs and go to 5 tables, and then at that 6th table you find that item.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone else has?
Finny.
Oh,
Yes.
Vinny?
Got it, bro.
Yeah, I had the FOMO with the NES Classic Edition.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it came out, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, it's cool. It looks cool. Maybe I'll grab it. Next thing you know, they're all sold out.
That was a hard item to find.
So now it's like every one that's come out since then,
Yeah.
I've purchased.
Yeah.
And once it's sold out, that's when you really wanted
Yep.
it too, right?
Yeah.
They was like,
They came out with it. They came out with it that second time, and that gave everybody the ability to go grab it. And then you saw the scalpers come out.
Yeah.
All the works. It was crazy.
These companies have it down to the science.
Yep. You got one too?
Well, I'm rocking the Scott Pilgrim shirt. So
Yeah, I saw that.
it's probably the Scott Pilgrim.
You got the collector's edition, the big box.
I got it for 2 different systems. I didn't get the whole box.
Right.
I just bought the collector's edition for 2 different systems.
I just got it for the Switch.
I understand.
At SoCal this year.
I mean, that's what I'm worried about. It's just like the whole licensing aspect.
Oh, right.
Because that was like, this was a game that we didn't know was going to come
Yeah.
out again because of all the licensing issues. But they worked it out, and it just goes to show you that, you just, as long as you're patient, things can get worked out,
I mean, it's a great game, but that's also a perfect example of the FOMO situation. They freaked everyone out because the game disappeared. And then when they announced that Limited Run was going to do it, okay, we all had to jump to get Limited Run. But then 6 months later, it's all in regular retail stores too. There's nothing rare about the thing at all, right?
You know what it was with Scott Pilgrim was the kind of crazy thing. A lot of people, for some reason, didn't know this, and the connection with this is over. Was with Limited Run and Best Buy.
Yeah.
And you could walk into a Best Buy, or you go on Best Buy's website and you typed in Limited Run games, and Scott Pilgrim was always in stock. It was kind of cool.
They'd have a cover variant.
So it was like if you missed it, yeah, they had a cover variant. If you had missed it, you'd had that second chance. But then you want to talk about the fear of missing out. There was times where I found myself looking for both covers. Like now I ordered the one from Limited Run. They sent me my copy. And now I got this other one that I'm going to Best Buy just to get a different piece of paper on the front.
There are certain instances now where the Best Buy variant, since they don't do the Best Buy partnership anymore, is more valuable than
Right.
the actual Limited Run version.
I got one that I missed out on. I missed out on High on Life on the Switch. I was waiting for that to come out
Right.
from Limited Run, and I missed out on it.
Yeah, so now I guess poses the question because Sean is co-host on the podcast. He may talk about, hey, this Saudi Arabian PS5 controller that nobody in America wants, except for Sean and James. He'll make you feel like it's almost instilling that FOMO, even if you don't think about it, right? So me personally, it wouldn't be anything just because, oh, they're making 500. Me personally, I got a warning, right? So one thing that got announced Friday that I feel is going to be a big thing, but kind of not really, because that was another part of this panel was, is it reaching its peak? Because I'm noticing certain things that are being released now, it's not as limited when they're coming out with more. So like the Virtual Boy accessory that's going to be for the Switch 2, Switch 1, things on both.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm positive that that's going. It's like something like that. I know is going to sell out.
Oh,
right?
of course.
And
You know what
it's
that's
take a
gonna-
while
that's
to
gonna-
get. And I'm kind of against like overpaying. I gotta really want it. Well, I'm guilty of it. The Switch 2 bag. You only got it. See, this is a little
I
different
was
though.
debating on whether or not getting that myself.
Right. So you only get this if you went to one of the Switch 2 experience. So
Oh wow.
that's one of a kind thing, and it's not necessary, but if I can get a decent deal on it. So who would you guys put more of the pressure on? Is it the content creators that say, hey, super rare, it's only 50 of these games made, or is it more on the companies that tell you that we're only making this, and is it based on value or the fact that they're saying you're only doing 50, or is it the game itself that you actually want to play?
This is the core aspect of FOMO. You want to run out and grab the Virtual Boy, apparatus. Historically, Nintendo, anytime they come out with those controllers, like the N64 controller or this or that, the GameCube one, obviously, yes, they sell out right away. But that's the FOMO. I need to get it right now. But Nintendo constantly makes those. So even if it sells out, maybe you wait 6 months and it's back in stock. You can get all those controllers now. So then you wouldn't be experiencing FOMO, on that, which is a very difficult thing to do because everybody wants it day one. And it also goes into a topic that we talk about on the podcast a lot about reprints with video games, particularly Video Games Plus up in Canada. There are plenty of games these days that are artificially inflated by content creators or the community. That once they go on eBay for over $100, for some reason, $100 is the is like, oh my God, when a brand new game is $70 these days. So what's a scalper making? $20 on the game, right? So anyway, so once these games go on eBay, and we've seen it time and time again, for instance, Scorn on the PS5, nobody wanted that game. It's a horror game, yeah, but it was not a very good game. But that game jumped up to like $150, $200. And then 2 weeks later, Video Games Plus says, oh, we're going to reprint that game. Nobody wanted that game. So now it brought the value back down to $30.
So Sean,
And every week, there's a new email saying, this is the reprints this week, this is the reprint. And you're like, all you're doing is watching the value of your collection going down and down and down and down.
is it the community or is it the resellers or the company?
I think it's cyclical.
Okay.
I think it's all of it. We're all the problem.
What do you think, CJ? What's your opinion on that?
Me personally, thinking about marketing, I'd say it's the companies because they know collectors, right? They're going to want to sell the products so that way they stay in business.
Mhm.
And when they put that limited or that exclusive promo item only, right? GameStop does that too.
Mhm.
That gets the collectors in because they know they want the little freebie because
Yeah.
you're not going to get that anywhere else.
Oh, I mean, if I was the business of Video Games Plus, I mean, that would be the greatest idea in the world. Check eBay, see what's hot right now, reprint it, we'll sell 20 more copies, and there you go.
Yeah.
As for the collector, it's a kick in the ass.
What do you think, Germ?
I mean, who remembers every one of these items coming out? The Game & Watch, when they came back out, they released the Mario Brothers one.
Oh, yeah.
They did it with Zelda.
One
They were-
keep sealed, one
At the
day.
very first day you went to GameStop, you couldn't buy more than one. Me, I'm the kind of guy that has to buy one to open and one to keep sealed.
Yeah, same here.
You know, that was a challenge to get. The NES Classic Edition, the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. It's always now what is Nintendo going to surprise us with next, right? It's really, I mean, I know you're a PlayStation guy, but I've slowly become a Nintendo guy as my other brands that I love die, like Sega and Xbox. And it's the same things with the Virtual Boy, the N64 controller for the Switch Online, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could get the NES ones with no problem. You could get the Super Nintendo one with no problem. But you wanted one for a 64, go downstairs. They're $100,
Yeah.
$120.
So true.
You know, is it going to be the same thing with the Virtual Boy? You know,
But they still
thing?
pop up on the website.
Right, they do, but they're always sold out. I don't know, I haven't checked lately, but they're always sold out, and they do this. And then you're like, is it the collectors?
Don't be shy, come in.
Is it the collectors or is it not the collectors? Because why doesn't Nintendo just make a whole bunch more and sell more of these items?
I don't even think Nintendo needs to make it. They
Oh, for
they,
sure.
No, they just need to take the order and then make it.
They could make a deck. They could make a deck of cards, which is where they started, right? And we would all be buying them.
Yeah,
They could make anything.
Many of these companies could just take the order and then deliver
That
the
makes
product.
sense. But I guess it's probably from the Nintendo should never have any issue with that. They can definitely do that, right? But I think some of these other companies is not sure. I guess to answer that question now, it now becomes subjective. It depends on what it is. Like all this super, I ain't gonna lie to you. Unless I see that this game's cool, like I don't care that you tell me it's fine. Whatever. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But I guess if it's someone that wants to, you know, focus on, like Sean, focusing on a PS5 or I'm a Switch guy, but I don't know if I'm doing that like what Germ's doing. You know, so it just depends how I mean it'd be cool. Like I'm the type, instead of actually maybe getting console box, let me just buy somebody's box. Like I'm good with
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather do that because honestly the box is probably more valuable than the actual item. How many times you buy things separate?
Would you set them up like a wall and run through them like the Kool-Aid guy? Oh yeah.
That would actually be kind of fun.
That would.
I might do that.
That would be super fun. Okay, so let me ask, what is the most valuable item that you did happen to get, and like before the Fomo 7. We'll start.
You mean
let's start
something
with-
that you got at like regular price?
Yeah,
and
something
then-
that you actually got it right on time before it and it eventually exploded. I'm gonna ask Germ.
And is it still holding its price, or is it now like worth nothing?
Yeah, either holding its price or it's increased.
So until you said I bought it brand new, I had an item in mind, but now I have a different item in mind, and it is in my Nintendo Switch console list. I remember walking through Target one day, and I was walking through Target, and there was a Nintendo Switch Fortnite edition. And a lot of people don't realize this box variant even exists because it was so limited. I literally saw it once. So if you look on price charting or you look on eBay, there is a V-Bucks edition. Last year when I was here at the show, I think the cheapest one on eBay was sold listing was like $5,000 or $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that I bought it full at regular retail. Now there is another box variant that's just Fortnite, and the only difference is this V-Bucks one, and it was worth a lot of money. Now I usually use price charting. I don't look at all my collection all the time. That has come down quite a bit, and price charting is not known for being 100% accurate. Now it's down to $1,500, but even at $1,500, I think I paid $299 for it. And there's nothing special about the Switch console. It just literally says Fortnite on the front and it says V-Bucks. So that is
That's crazy.
that is an expensive item that I own that I bought at regular retail.
Yeah. It's a tough one for me, man, because I never really look at the prices. I mean, I know I talk about the value of collection, but I don't sell anything. So I'm not a reseller. If it's in my collection, it's there until somebody's putting it in a dumpster after I'm dead. So that's the way it is. I've bought a lot of expensive games, well after. I am surprised every time I see prices of Switch games, because I have about 900 Switch games, and when I look at the prices of these games, like walking around the convention, it blows my mind because I don't look at them that way. I go, holy shit, $170 for this, for this game or whatnot. I could look at so many games like that, so it's tough for me to tell.
Okay, well, we'll let you stew on.
Yeah, I gotta still steal.
What about you, CJ?
For me, I got a Extreme Green Game Boy Pocket CIB from a retro store upstate New York. I started collecting in 2021, and I saw this thing on the top shelf, and I was like, that's a weird looking Game Boy, but it was a Game Boy Pocket, so I wasn't really familiar with the generation before Game Boy Color because I'm a 90s kid. And I started educating myself about it, and I was like, that's really cool, green's my favorite color, I really want this thing. I bought it for $125 or $75, I don't remember the exact number, but I traded my whole PS4 collection because I didn't really care much about the PS4. There was probably like 10, 15 games in the PS4 at the time, so I had a lot of trade credit. And now I think this thing is, maybe like $300 plus or something like that, but for me, that was the most valuable item that went up.
I'm trying to think of something I got. Probably, I guess, the Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition.
Yeah, I just pulled that up because I'm looking at like my highest price games, and that's the one they popped up on.
Yeah, I happened to get that. Funny enough, though, Nintendo stuff holds its value, especially like Mario or Zelda, especially Zelda. And I wasn't big on collector's editions or special editions, but I was like, all right, this looks kind of cool, right? So the day of the release, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to find one, but I had an idea. In a certain area, I'm from Baltimore. I was like, I bet you I can walk in that store and get one. And sure enough, I did. And I went to another store. I didn't expect to find it in that store, but I found it there. And I'm not a reseller, but I try to, you should do collecting, being smart, right? So I was like, I'm gonna buy the second one and go to GameStop and get all the little free exclusive items, then in the Amiibo bundle it together, and I was able to sell it on eBay like that same night to cover the cost of that and mine. So I would say probably that, and I think its holding value is still like around 200. It's not much over the initial retail price, but I would say that that's probably the one for me. Anybody out there? What you got? Scott Pilgrim.
Say that's I beat me to it.
Probably
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When they were selling Dreamcast stuff, publishing Dreamcast stuff, they brought over the arcade joysticks from Japan, from Sega, and I couldn't find them anywhere near me. I called them up. I spoke to a secretary there, and they had a whole closet full of them.
Wow.
And they sent me 2 for $50.
Wow.
So I work also as a games journalist, and I had an interview with someone there about some of the work that they've done, and I wanted to ask them about, hey, when I lived in Japan, I saw that From Software was releasing Kuon and another one that I can't remember, and he said, yeah, how much you want to play those? I'll just send them out to you. So sometimes just asking,
Right.
Yeah.
you never know.
I mean, I work in a lot of people's basements. I work on oil burners and whatnot, so I always see their goodies, you know.
Don't let Sean get that.
But I get a lot of my collection that way because I know the people. Hey, what are you doing with that? And that, like, I want to bring it to the dump. That's basically what they said.
Yeah.
And that's where some of my high dollar stuff has actually come from. I was in a basement one time and sitting on somebody's washing machine was a complete in-box TurboGrafx 16. And I said, what are you doing? What's with this? He's like, I don't know, it was my brother's, he left it. This is only a couple years ago, too.
Right.
I said, you want to get rid of it? I'll buy it. And he's like, let me call my brother. Calls his brother. He says, I know that guy. Just give it to him, he's a good guy. I got all the games also. I got all the games, they're in the cardboard boxes still with the turbo.
That's amazing.
You know, I mean,
So you create accidents. And, oh man, look, you got ruined. Let me get this deal.
but something I bought new, you know, would probably, I was looking at my collection real quick. I mean, yes, that Zelda, the Shantae game, I remember buying
Oh
that
my
brand
God,
new.
that's definitely one.
Definitely remember buying that new. But I always joke with Marcus, I tend to always pay for the highest price for games for some reason, it seems.
So if you got anything in your collections you want to sell for triple, just sell it to Sean.
I definitely didn't get my Barbie 3DS game for $20, I'll tell you that.
I'm an old school buyer. I'm a physical shopper, so I'd like to buy from super rare games and limited. I did like to buy from limited run games, but I just completed a series where I was doing Can You Find a Switch 2? And I would go to Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and I tried to pick out a new store like PC Richards every week. I would try to figure out a different place to go to, and I wouldn't do them just in my own area. If I was on vacation, I would go out and do 4 or 5 stores. So I was looking for physical games, and I remember there was a time, and we could go way back to the Toys R Us days where we all remember those bins at Toys R Us where you could find deals. And I remember at the beginning of the Switch 2, the original Switch, when the Wii U was done, and they finally put a clearance bin, it was real sudden. Or going to Walmart, looking at the bottom shelf.
Right.
I feel like those days in the physical retail stores are gone.
Pretty much.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
They,
it's not the same.
you know,
They got like those stores like Ollie's and stuff that they eventually sell to. Because you try to find it, because I was like, all right, Switch 2's out. I'm gonna keep an eye out for like these Switch lights and stuff. They'll drop. He's right. I have not seen that.
No, the price of the Switch and the Switch Lite went up when we figured it should be going down, right?
So it's interesting because I actually have that on video where I knew it was happening, and I literally have it in a videos as it's happening. Going, oh, I thought they were supposed to raise this, and it seemed like Target and Best Buys were holding out, and then the next video I went in, all of a sudden the prices went up, and I was like, I knew it was happening, but it was weird to see it. Like something like a Lormo that nobody was buying. Nobody was buying this thing. They raised the price of it. The Switch Lite. Nobody's buying a Switch Lite, and they raised the price. Crazy.
Yeah, that sucks.
I think we're all kind of bargain hunters at the end of the day, because, right, like Marcus was saying, we want to get things for the best value that we can, so that way we can afford the things we really want. Me, for example, as well. Like, I don't have a lot of money into my collection. I spend a lot, but like I try to do things on a budget, or right? Today I came with, or this weekend I came with $200. I went $13 over my expected budget. So I feel pretty proud of myself because sometimes I don't have self-control sometimes.
I'm proud of you, CJ. I cashed my whole paycheck.
I wish I could have, like, you know, you're
I'm a homeowner now too, so I can't just, you know.
Very
my, to keep up with the PS5 collection costs about $800 to $900 a week in games. So this is every week. This is every week. You know, constantly getting the pre-orders, getting everything out of the way. Like once a month, you know, I'm just putting in orders, and you know, and I've started to just change the way I'm doing that because obviously it's getting ridiculous. They're actually coming out with more and more PS5 games now. It started kind of slow, but I'm up to about 2,000 games already for the PS5. Wow. And so now I'm actually holding out more. I'm still getting all the limited run companies and this and that. I'm not going to miss out on that. But you asked about cheap ass gamer and whatnot. I'm waiting more until like they come onto Woot. I mean, Woot's fantastic. How many times do I buy an $80 game and 3 weeks later it's on Woot for $24?
Yeah, that sucks. I hate when that happens. But to answer his question, I definitely try to do it, do things on the budget. And I try to just be mindful and limit myself. It's not just about just buying, because one thing I did, I recently sold like all my retro stuff. I had a complete Wii and Wii U set. I recently sold everything retro. I sold all that to Phoenix Resale. And I remember being at Southeast Game Exchange, and I'm sure you guys, if you're not fans of JRPG Life, Dan and I are good friends. I remember talking to him at Southeast Game Exchange last year. And I was looking at, I was doing DS at the time, so I was looking at DS games. He's like, why don't you get the games you don't see back home? And it made sense. So now it's just, but even with that, you still have to be responsible, put yourself on the budget, like CJ said. I pretty much did the same thing. I actually came with a CIB Game Boy and sold that here, and I used that money.
Nice.
You know, so it's just like, all right.
Which Game Boy was it?
It was the original.
Oh.
It was the original. So it's like, maybe the next con I go to, I'll get like some of the $50, $60. That's kind of pricey for a Switch for me. So I'll get like maybe 4 or 5 games, and that's all I'm getting for that trip. I'll try to do it, you know, because the way I see it is, these things aren't going anywhere. It's like.
But to be fair, you go to so many cons and.
That's very true, because if not, like it'd be crazy. Like
how many do you do a year? At least.
Probably like 10. Man.
10. So that's a lot.
And I've added like 2 this year.
I walk in at every convention with the same thought. I'm not getting anything.
Lies.
Tim and I walked out. I said I'm not getting anything. And I walked out with a big Pokemon plush, like half the size of me.
And he must follow me to the ATM multiple times.
So Sean, you walk into every convention saying you're not going to get anything. I'd love to check your backpack.
Yeah,
this is the first convention I haven't worn my backpack, but I wore this vest that has huge pockets on the inside.
Hey, somebody asked him to empty his pockets right now. Guarantee you, it's at least a $60 game.
Today was the day I was like, I don't need anything at all. What did I find? I found the Blob and pinball for the Wii, because you know what? I told Marcus, I said, anytime you see a pinball game, you buy a pinball game, because the licensing always gets lost on pinball games, and they always skyrocket.
No, absolutely not. I'm not pinball.
Pinball, yes.
No.
And then I'm sitting around waiting around for them. And here we go. It's like, I bought 3 Game Boy games that cost $80 that I don't need. You know, I really need the Speedy Gonzales, the Smurfs,
When you go play
F1 Race, and DuckTales 2. I mean, I can't wait to go home and bang these guys.
DuckTales 2 is a good one. I'm with you. I'm with you. Those are good games.
That's just today. We still had the 2 previous days.
We should open up the floor in case anyone has any questions.
Yeah, I was about to say, we got like 4 minutes left. Anybody got any questions for
Anything you guys want to ask us?
Thoughts,
feel free.
questions?
Yep.
Yell at us.
I know CJ knows about the company Analog. Do the other 3 of you know about that company?
Yes.
And how do you feel about them because they fuel themselves off of Fomo?
Like I said, they are, their business model is Fomo. You know, the new N64 that they're making.
Oh my God.
What are we on the third delay? It was supposed to come out the beginning of last year.
Watch RTG 85 video. He lost his mind.
And they've done this consistently with every release that they come out with. Like I have I have the turbo unit.
Graphic Mini.
That took about a year to come out. You know, after it was supposed to come out. You know, they really got to get their stuff together. You know, that's what makes you think. Is it that the company's inept on making things and putting things out on time, but when they say they are, especially when it's like their 10th console, right? They've been in business for quite a while. This isn't their first time, time around the board. Or are they just doing this on purpose to get you to want to buy the console or buy the product? You know, and that's what most of these companies do. They know what they're doing. They're creating the phone.
Yeah, so I'm CJ from CJ's Gaming Channel on YouTube and Instagram. I do Pokemon unboxings, video game hunts with my bestie Tim in the audience. We do just a little bit of everything. Retro, expos, all that stuff. So you guys can find us over there.
And I'm Video Game Voter. I just recently changed the name of my channel because I focus solely on Switch now. So the channel's called Destination Switch, and I'm Video Game Voter on every other platform. And just want to thank y'all for showing up to the panel.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Your time is noted.
All right, podcast went good. What do we call that? Panel. Went pretty good. We had fun.
Yeah.
Some people showed up.
Seemed to work itself out.
And you had some great questions. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
It was a last minute invite.
Quick question. Since you are known as the Germ, I actually got an idea for you.
Oh, what do you got?
For your audience. It's normally like a crew name. It should be called Germaphobes.
Germaphobes. Oh, you guys like that?
It's kind of the opposite, but I mean,
Yeah, the followers can be called the Germa. I like that. That's very creative. You just thinking of that today?
Yeah, I literally.
I like
you
start every video with "Hello, you germaphobes."
I like it. I like it. We might have to do that.
But yeah, that would be awesome. I think you should do it.
Nice. Well, we had a great time at the panel. Some vendors already looks like starting to pack up. We got about an hour left of the show. These guys are wanting to go home. I'm looking for one turbo game. I'm hoping to get World Court Tennis TurboGrafx 16. I think that's what I'm going to focus on. And I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not, but that's what I'm going to focus on, trying to find that. Or I said I was looking for specifically just the TurboGrafx 16 game, and then I'm looking at loose games. So this is what happens. Sidetracked real easily. Just picked up another loose game to complete a game. We got Mario Party 7, so now I can complete Mario Party 7. I'm looking for a TurboGrafx 16 game, but as I'm going, I'm spotting other things. Trying not to stay at one booth too long, though. To show off the rest of the convention while I'm here before it closes. Someone brought the kit, the Knight Rider car replica. Look how awesome that is. And then if you like Men in Black, check this out. This was a Ford Crown Victoria, is that correct? Look at this, I'm trying to talk over the music here. Woo, little Men in Black memories. More recent. Who didn't love Fast and the Furious, Paul Walker? Woo, look at that Eclipse. Of course, they have a free play area. The Grid, what a great game. If you've never played this, awesome game. Haven't played that in a long time. Lots of arcade games back here to play. All on free play part of the convention. And afterward, oh my god, Radmobile. Love Radmobile. Let me know if you played Radmobile. You might remember this from, if you ever seen Encino Man with Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore. Radmobile. 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 Radmobile.
For Radmobile.
Just going Radmobile over and over and over. Radmobile. Loved Radmobile. I might actually have to play it before. Last time I was here, I was in the middle of playing the game and they closed the convention and turned it off. Narc is another one. I almost picked up Narc years ago. I remember playing this at arcade in my local mall. And the arcade was called Just Fun. Some of the fighting games. I never got into the fighting games. R-Type, look at this, R-Type arcade. XTV, these are super rare. But check out what's behind this. Look at everybody's playing Mario Kart. This is so fun. Little simulators. Could you imagine having this space to play this in your house? Everybody's having a blast here. Oh. That's so cool. So funny. I remember it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before. I was looking for this 3D dot game hero. And I just come across it last year or the year before. I was searching, and finally had received it and purchased it. Got a Nomad in there. I was about to just spotted something, guys. I just spotted. I really just kind of gave up. And what? This is I know it's ridiculous, but this is the game I was looking for, and I just literally walked right by it. We are going to be probably picking this up. Not a very popular game that people are looking for, but I had this as a kid. It's got some other Turbo Grahams here as well. Vigilante. Got Pac-Land. I got Pac-Land already. That one I know I got. Dread Explorer, saw that one. Some golf. I didn't even know that existed. So we have JJ and Jeff. And we've got Power Golf. I just picked that up at the last convention. And everybody's favorite, the most rare TurboGrafx system game, Keith Perch. We are with Christo. Christo, you have a store, right?
Yes.
Where are you guys located?
Exeter, New Hampshire.
Exeter,
Retro
New
Video
Hampshire.
Game World.
Cool. So if you're in New Hampshire, I'm not in New Hampshire too often. I've been there once. I went to Fun Spot.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. New Hampshire's it's got small towns, but we got a great little store, a lot of retro video games. So yeah, we've got all the good stuff that you can't find normally.
How familiar are you with TurboGrafx 16 games?
Not too much. We sell a few at the store, but we bring out like our collection for the shows, and people go crazy for it. We sold more PC Engine than I think anything. It's crazy.
So I have a question for you, and you don't know the question, and I'm doing it on purpose like this. So if you have an NES game outside of the box, you know how you have like new sealed. If it's just an NES game, what do you call that?
Like a loose game.
Right, correct.
Yeah, a loose.
Okay, so what is this considered right here? Just like this.
Oh, geez, is there a special word
Is this
for it?
loose? Is loose,
I would
right?
say loose, yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever seen a brand new TurboGrafx game?
No.
You never have?
No.
Have you ever seen it with the box they come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could agree that that card by itself is loose, right?
Yeah.
What do you consider this?
Oh, geez. A complete? I don't know.
Is it completed box? Have you seen they actually have a box.
Okay, now I get what you're saying. So it's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not loose, it's not box. What do you call it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. You guys own the
know.
store. I'm trying to figure this out myself. I can't figure it out.
That's a good question. Nico, let me ask you this. Because it's not complete in box, but it's not loose, what is this?
What is this considered?
In the middle.
What is that considered?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it that way.
Question. I don't know.
I brought this up at the last convention I went to. I
Maybe this
noticed.
is an opportunity for you to invent a new word.
Yeah, there's something in between.
There is, yeah. I
There's
can't put
something
my
in
finger on
between.
it, but there's something there.
Okay, cool. Well, if you think of something,
I will.
Let me know, and if I think of something, I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
Made a deal. We're getting 3 games. JJ and Jeff. I always wanted that game. The game I really came here for, and I was looking for. I can't believe I found this because I basically,
You looked everywhere for that.
I literally gave up.
Yeah.
I was just walking by and I saw the orange, and I'm like, let me check, and it was it.
Got it.
And Vigilante, and I wasn't looking for this, but we made a deal. We were kind of both confused. $100 for all 3.
$100.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
doing business
I
with
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, dude, this guy's been awesome. It's
Oh,
been
thank
a
you so
pleasure
much.
to see you all weekend, man.
I look forward to seeing you next year at the next year's show.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely, man.
Boy, Tim, this CJ's holding them. Hey, CJ.
Hey.
She's holding them, but Tim bought some Master System games. So I was looking for these too. Gangster Town. He's got.
This one's.
We're gonna have to see here in a second.
This one's sealed.
Oh wow, wow! Missile Defense 3D. I have all these games. I didn't show them. Pretty cool. Good job, Tim. Not bad. Not bad. It's those Sonic the Hedgehog.
I
but
got
these aren't bad.
I got
What'd you
something
get?
for the personal.
What'd you get? What the heck is that?
Street Shark.
Street Shark.
You guys ever hear about these? I just learned about them today. I just
And you
think
just
they're-
learned about them today. You
Yeah.
graduated.
I bought it from Cruz.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
$20. It's my first one. Apparently, he is like part of the main like character set, like kind of
Okay.
like the Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah.
I think there's like 4 of them, and he's like one of the main
wonderful.
characters. And
Very
he
cool.
doesn't come with accessories, which is good because I learned. I do not want to hunt for accessories. I just want the figure to start off.
Nice. Cool. Enjoy. It's got one more manual. Crash Bandicoot 2. I think it's Cortex Strikes Back, something like that. That completes that game, so that's awesome. PlayStation 1 game. Another one completed. Everybody started to pack up, as you can see. So that means we're going to be getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate every one of you. See you in the next video.